Monica Long and another person just had a talk, and you should definitely check out their new video. You should listen to Monica Long, the head of Ripple, since she also provided me with further information. Would you like to watch this video with me? Things appear to be headed toward a major deterioration. 21 of them have been rescheduled or recalled since the start of the year. Minutes later, the heads of Bank of America, which is owned by CAS, were declaring we're all in. Among the first times we collaborated with these businesses was when we were developing the payment option that was the messaging app is the only way to get it. For example, when we were developing the in-app payment feature for the messaging app, we collaborated with these businesses. Some of the comments made regarding Ripple and Bank of America are quite amusing. I'll just say it's terrible. What follows is a summary of what the Ripple CEO recently said in public. Bank of America has been our partner the entire time, which you should be aware of. We have ex-prop patents with them, and Bank of America is interested in utilizing this data waves. It seems to me that Ripple isn't only used for cross-border payments at Bank of America. Tokenizing value and storing it on the Ripple chain is something else they're considering, right? In that case, I'd be surprised if they aren't also enabling Bank of America to provide custodial solutions to Ripple customers. After years of dealing with these banks, I can say that the lack of transparency and even animosity towards the usage of these assets and technology, despite their inherent risks, is unacceptable in this day and age. However, I would argue that this is not the optimal course of action if I were to make a choice. Observe what is ahead. Take note that things appear to be drastically different this year. The discussions we've had with banks since November on the stablecoin's potential for us to become a reserve bank, transaction banking partner, or a payments company have evolved in both tone and substance. Aside from that, quickly, it's encouraging to see that Ripple was prepared for these discussions with its partners and banks. Many of them were waiting for the regulations to be clarified and the officials to provide them with the necessary information before proceeding. Now all they have to do is wait for Congress to clarify U.S. government regulations. In my opinion, American banks would wait for that to occur before beginning to accept cryptocurrency. Simplified, they would likely wait for the regulations to be established, although I am not entirely certain. I can see how it would make sense for a bank or other financial organization to University of Itbat to put millions of dollars into a bank's infrastructure just to have regulations change and suggest that the infrastructure you built might not be enough or even functional. Your bank's infrastructure might not be compliant with all of the regulations. Some of the wording in the rules makes it seem like the bank might not be permitted to provide its clients with cryptocurrencies. At this time, Monica Long is talking about buying the hidden road, so I think banks will wait. I thought this video was fantastic, and I'm not even talking about the past. I can now function as a broker independently of Bing Prime thanks to its integration with Ripple's larger concept. Given the current state of affairs, I believe the hidden road would be an excellent choice for our group to collaborate with the company. The largest banks and other banking organizations operate as one entity. We can lay the groundwork for blockchain technology if we collaborate with them. Considering their annual revenue is around $330 trillion, 0 cents, it's safe to say that they're quite well off. Over 100 million, and they can take use of our balance sheet to access additional risk capital. Consequently, they can also accelerate the growth of their business. It is unbelievable to me. Would someone have to ask you that? Given Ripple's other assets and high liquidity, it might not work in such setting. I don't think I ever got that portion before. Surprisingly, Hidden Road, the leading broker, is now able to take on more business, manage more transactions, and attract more consumers. I think that's awesome. One can begin to perceive it. The United Arab Emirates is one of many new stops along Hidden Road. Think about where Ripple is going to be in 6, 12, or 18 months, and you'll get it further along the path to partnership or perhaps be acquired by other businesses. Despite the market's current strength, I have a question regarding an initial public offering, IPO. Once our issues with the SEC are overcome, Brad has already mentioned that we could begin considering the prospect of an initial public offering. First public offerings, IPOs, are soon to be a reality for Ripple. We have billions of dollars worth of cash on hand right now, so there's enough of money to go around. Right now, we're doing really well. Yes, we are now in the midst of an acquisition phase, expanding the reach of the firm. Since the market is now uncertain about its direction, going public would undoubtedly be a bad idea for them. Ripple isn't interested in the wonderful things happening in the U.S. economy and other global economies. Their capabilities are also enhanced compared to what they could achieve if they went public, that a publicly traded corporation would be aware that the likelihood of you seeing it in the near future is extremely slim. Just so things are clear, you are also acquainted with Monica Long. This is something I would want to include in the text. It will be really intriguing for anyone who are interested in reading about her life. In my opinion, she is also, and I shall make a note of this in the book because she would be an excellent choice to head Ripple. I also seem to have this Monica Long tape lying around. Ripple will hold all transmitted funds after it links banks to the XP system. Pre-existing institutions, such as banks, will likely be able to build a direct connection between the two. You can't get to the blockchain without some sort of connecting tissue, and we supply just that. When you integrate, you're able to transfer funds between the actual world, the government, and private assets. On one side, you'll find a ramp. On the other, you'll find safe custody and exits. In essence, what it does is stablecoins and tokenization services for institutions are both provided by this business. It provides them with the essential services they require and more, too. 3 employees created the expert letter we were discussing when they launched the company, which you may already be aware of. I believe it is critical to develop applications that leverage the exceptional efficacy of expert systems. The ledger in question probably contains the services I'm describing, as well as the ways in which financial institutions might put them to use. Allow me to pose a question to you first. Thanks to Ripple, international money transfers are now available. It seems like they immediately established dominion over the area upon their arrival. Following that, they made use of the national bank's digital money. It was